Hey guys, it's Professor M with Mr. J, which is he's over there. There he is. There he is. And
hold on.
Thanos. So we saw Free Guy
featuring John Cena.
Featuring John Cena. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Didn't you see it?
No, I couldn't see anything.
Sorry, Seth.
I couldn't see anything.
Sorry.
God, I don't even know. Like.
Okay. Let's just break it down.
Yeah, let's break this movie down.
There's probably one of the better parts in the movie was probably thanks to Disney buying Fox.
Well, no. I thought you were gonna say that Disney ruins everything.
Well, it's Disney.
Don't admit that they will ruin everything.
It's Disney and Kevin Smith.
Thank you.
And Kevin Smith. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith. We as a community have taken your card, Kevin Smith. Your nerd card is gone. Sorry.
Oh, I'm just kind of hopping on.
I'm not sorry because you get paid later.
I'm just saying it's just the one thing where. No, I'm just gonna sit there flat and say like I'm just jumping on the bandwagon for Disney because they're doing everything.
Right.
Because it's true.
We're gonna edit that out. No, I'm not gonna edit that out. So we saw Free Guy.
Dude, that should be like the opening.
This is the opening, just me going.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. I'll stretch my arm out maybe. We saw Free Guy, starring Ryan Reynolds.
And some blonde chick.
Some blonde chick who had a wig on. Apparently, didn't have a wig on.
She
No, she hadn't had a wig on. It was after the film was made. She dyed her hair.
Yeah. So interesting. This.
Okay, and the only thing that also bases this movie is Alex Trebek. I mean, Alex Trebek is like a guy.
Yeah.
But if you wrote something like they did a movie before it even came out.
Oh man. So okay. So basically, God, how do you know how to explain this movie? Because
it's just like
you
like
meet
Fortnite,
Gamer
GTA.
meets Gamer, the movie.
Oh, yep.
Meets
some random comedy.
Hold on, Blade Runner.
Yeah. So basically, the premise of this movie is it's about a video game.
It's like a GTA, Fortnite. Am I missing any other?
It's basically a GTA game.
Halo meets GTA.
Well, it's like a GTA game, but you have crossover with first-person shooter.
And a little bit of Fortnite because of the building.
Yeah.
The building, yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, no, I see more so. That was the coders.
That was at the end.
That was the coders cheating.
So you still see a little bit of
Yeah.
The ending for you all. Sorry.
Yeah. So, anyways, the
people who play Night Fort, whatever.
Night Fort.
Yeah.
The premise of the movie, almost the premise of the game.
I did also love the. I mean, come on, who loved the old? I don't
know why he's not in shot.
I don't know.
Basically, I have it.
He's big, so you can't fit
It's
that.
gonna be a pretty white shot, huh?
Oh, there we go.
I did not say it. You said it. I just said you were big. I mean,
well, that's worse. Are you fat shaming?
No.
He's like, no. CGI the bodies, the big bodies.
There. See, is it better now?
So are you Ryan Reynolds now?
No,
Dude.
And I mean, I'm pretty sure that the one Halo reference that even someone old as I would understand. Like it's like the whole Halo.
Dude, the tank.
Yeah, the tank.
Fucking tank.
Yeah.
I mean, when you see that tank rolling over a car, it's like, dude, that's Halo.
So for those of you.
But also the
Well, I did see the mongoose in here.
There was a mongoose.
There was a mongoose, but that was parked.
there.
And then, of course, the horse and buggy, which kind of made no reference. It was like, why does he have a horse and buggy and no moon lining? It's like, what the hell?
I just freaking love the wall of guns. It's like
they're all red.
Because it was funny. Because what's funny about it is he didn't want to use any weapons.
No.
So why he had an armory?
he was taking them though.
Oh yeah, he was taking them. I guess he was taking them.
Well, he did technically use a gun.
I am getting ahead of myself. Obviously, you guys know at this point. If you guys know at this point, all our videos have spoilers in them.
What? I'm subscribing
I mean,
right now.
you didn't see the shield of Captain.
Yeah. What the shit? This movie was interesting because so I only watched 2 of the trailers, and they didn't give anything away.
No.
It basically gave you so it's an NPC world, and one of the NPCs, which if you're not a gamer, it's a non-playable character for Diana out there.
You better not be watching this video.
You better not be watching this video, or Mr. J off to the corner is gonna get really angry and do nothing about it.
It's okay. I'll give him a bear.
He's like, I don't care.
I don't hug bears.
He's like, I don't hug bears. And that he becomes self-aware, and then he learns, or I figured it was a player in the game, tells him that they're going to shut the game down, and he has to save the game.
Yeah.
What they didn't give you was the fact that there was actually like this, I want to say almost like Animal Crossing element to the game, that he stole the code, and they were trying to find out, like, did he actually steal the code and prove it?
Exactly.
So that was an interesting concept. Don't do that. Don't do that, video game companies.
Yeah, please
don't do that. That pisses people off.
Yeah.
There's quite a few games.
There's been quite a few games out there that did it.
I mean, I'm not,
Dodo.
Call of Duty. What?
Call of Duty.
Battlefield. Oh, sorry,
Activision. I mean. Yeah. So basically.
Triarch what? What's that game?
Screw you, EA game.
Okay, that was a big Lobo right there because
I wanted to get in on the.
Yes, true.
Yeah. Destiny. Sorry.
Yeah.
Lobo. That was Lobo for him. He's like, I don't play Destiny. I play Destiny 2, so I don't give a shit.
No, actually, I mean.
I didn't play that.
I turn my Xbox on. Let's do watch more of.
You still have an Xbox? Why? I mean, we're all like.
I have an Xbox. I have a PS4.
Well, no.
But I was watching.
I was trying to make fun of Xbox. I have an Xbox One. Yeah, I know. There you go.
I'm sorry.
You got a PS4? Wow, what's wrong with you?
I
mean, you can push your restaurant a week and get a PS5 and get a PS5.
PS5's almost come most trying to
I
party.
almost think like
Anyways, besides that,
no, we're talking about fucking video games, man. Fucking talk about video game consoles. Shit.
Well, it was a video game.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, it was a.
What's the difference of that? Like,
interesting concept.
Yes.
I like to see. I'm getting people in the shot. That's why. Yeah. Then I start yelling, "Free Guy sucked!" Don't go see it. No, Free Guy was a good movie. I liked it.
I wasn't expecting.
I'm not gonna lie. I was really disappointed by the Chris Evans thing. Why would that man cuss like that? How dare he?
You know what's surprising? That there wasn't a scene followed by language.
I know. There wasn't. There wasn't a scene.
I mean, honestly, I guess this is the only chance we're ever really gonna get to have Deadpool hold Captain America's shield.
Yeah. True.
Oh, spoiler.
I mean, yeah, he was in there too, which was a little clip,
and
but it was okay.
The whole Schwartz ring that he pulled out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, he did. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I never thought about
the lightsaber. I didn't think about that.
I never thought about that.
So does Disney own the rights to Spaceballs?
Yes, they do. Because they own.
You know what's funny? Is the only reason they can get
because Sony owns now Crunchyroll.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
And
that's a whole bag of chips.
No,
right there.
Well, they own two of the biggest companies.
Yeah.
You know
Funimation.
What's funny about the Spaceballs is if Mel Brooks wanted to, he could now do merchandise for that movie. Only because his deal was with George Lucas for not making any, doing any merchandise for Spaceballs. That's why George Lucas said that's why George Lucas let him do it. However, I think it's been said that since George Lucas sold to Disney, he could, since it was with the deal with George Lucas, he could technically make merchandise, which is why you see people doing.
Well, technically, Disney could turn around and just be like, yeah, go ahead. We take 20% of the profit, and
you take.
I mean, they would.
80. I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, he's taking 80%. He's taking 20. They're taking 20.
Well, I'm just saying that's why you see people doing the Spaceballs like toilet paper.
What Disney will do, they will drop down and say, hey, we're going to take 30 to 40% of your.
Well, you know what? I just want to see Spaceballs 3, The Search for Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money.
Yeah, totally.
Because that's what the sequel was supposed to be called.
Oh, yes.
And I think you just skip it and go straight to Spaceballs 3,
and say,
The Search for Spaceball 2, The Search for More Money.
That's funny is me and Tony actually were talking about that one day, and then I found out, like, oh shit, that was actually a real thing. We thought we were just making it up,
No, it was at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
No, he says, we'll see you in Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money. But we were joking around one night at work, and it was like, wouldn't it be like funny if we did like Spaceballs 3, The Search for Spaceballs 2?
Yeah, we did that. We were at work, and we were talking about like, man, I wish they made a sequel. It's been too long now. Most of those actors are gone.
If you guys didn't know this, it is considered a Disney film.
Yeah,
because
they own the rights to. I mean, well, not necessarily the release, but
rights,
it could.
It's
but the rights.
The rights.
It's just like Aliens, like.
They have
technically,
their name on it. That's
like
what
technically Disney doesn't own the original release of Aliens, but they own all future. I mean, they can still release it on DVD, toys, make the money from it. Yeah. But they don't actually own the original. Like they can't make changes to the original. Like George Lucas could make changes to Star Wars, which now Disney can't. Disney can't make changes to Star Wars now. Nor can George Lucas.
Make the film.
They can re-release it. They can reboot it, but they can't. Well, wow, that's a big one. Reboot Star Wars.
No.
Don't, right? Please don't. Please don't.
And
But yeah, so anyways, so Free Guy. The reason we're going into a tangent about Disney is because, like, I know people hate Disney and they hate that, they're buying everything up. But you know what happens when you have a company like Disney that buys every studio and owns every single major franchise?
I think
you get Ryan Reynolds fighting himself, a buff version of himself, holding Captain America's shield with a portal gun.
You have
they own that studio too. They own that studio. That's why they used it.
And also, the horsey.
Yep, they own that. They own that too.
And I catch that. It's like, wait, is that what I think?
So, and here's the other thing. So they own a huge chunk of stock in Rockstar, which makes.
I never thought about that.
Yes, because the plane.
That's why that plane. Was on here.
Yes, that too, and the plane that had the copter to the side is actually from Vice City.
Yes.
It's one of the missions.
I never thought about that.
Yep. That's why I chuckled at that scene. I was like, "Oh my god, that's Vice City."
But here's the original one. You talking about Disney on a big chunk? Right now, you don't have like big three studios. You've got Sony.
Yep,
well, no, I'm not talking about.
I'm just saying like Sony. They own Columbia and a few other ones. I think they own.
You have Universal, Sony, and Disney. That's it.
Yep.
I think
they do Columbia. Sony does own Columbia now.
Sony owns Columbia and Paramount.
Yep.
So they have Star Wars.
So there's total of 5 big companies right there.
No, but you also forgetting Warner Bros.
No, that's just Sony though. You have Sony Entertainment.
Yeah.
You have Sony Entertainment. Yeah. Which is the parent company. You have Universal, which is a parent company, and you have Disney. Everybody else is gone.
Yeah, Time Warner. Warner Bros. is still around.
But they're a subsidy of Sony.
No, AT&T.
Oh, AT&T, which is owned by Sony.
Still, Warner Brothers still pulls out their. They don't put out AT&T movies. They put out Warner Brothers movies.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Warner Brothers. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. I forgot. Turner Warner is
It's owned by Warner.
So there is 4. Yeah. There's Sony, Universal, Disney, and Warner Brothers.
Yep. I wasn't thinking because Warner Brothers does own WB.
I might even just making this like just audio only because I'm like I caught myself like I'm like right up in my face.
No, you're all good. You can downplay the volume when you do what's going on.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean this movie was like I wasn't sure going into this movie. I was like, this movie's probably gonna be really boring.
Ryan Reynolds kind of like the Green Lantern meets Deadpool in that middle zone.
No. We discussed this earlier. Green Lantern doesn't exist anymore. I don't know what you're talking about.
just I mean, I was like, okay, this movie, and then when they jumped to the real world, and I was like, okay, all right, and then they threw the whole storyline that she's going in there trying to find proof that the game that they made, which was like, it reminded me of like Animal Crossing meets like Life.
Yes, that's
I want to say Half-Life. Mm-hmm. No, not The Sims. I'm talking about like Farmville, like games like that where you can create.
Yes.
Where NPCs are kind of like their own kind of character. But they have lines that they run through, but they have so many lines that you almost can't see the repeats. So like games like that, like kind of like an RPG.
Expecting this movie to be more detailed oriented into the action, not the less action film than it is into what the movie was about.
Earlier I was mentioning like I don't know how to really explain this movie to people that don't know what the concept of the movie is, because it is original concept. Okay. I mean, not really. You have Ready Player One, which is kind of the same deal.
You guys will like that. You guys will really like the movie.
It's good.
We just got done with it.
Oh, it's good.
Oh yeah, action comedy. It's got it. Yeah.
Trust me, you'll get the references right off the bat.
Yep. The biggest thing that I was worried about was this being too much like Ready Player One. I like Ready Player One.
I thought it was just
the problem I have with Ready Player One is that there were so many references
it was so overboard
that I couldn't catch all of them, and I still haven't caught all of them. This one was
that-
very.
I watched it 4 times.
This was I watched
think
it
that's-
only
more
4
the
times.
studio's fault.
Yeah, I need to
I watched it like 12 times.
I think it's more like
On
the
replay
studio's
in the
fault.
background usually.
You know, I think it's more the studio's fault. They wanted like all these, Easter eggs in there for people like, oh my God, that's
I was waiting for an Easter egg from Godzilla, and I was like, they have to have a Godzilla in there because
when you're
Godzilla.
when you're a studio and you have like I guess Space Jam 2 had a ton of Warner Brothers references.
Oh God, yeah.
That they were like, I haven't seen it yet, but I guess there are so much references to like other movies they own that it was. Some people said it was kind of overbearing.
It's just other properties.
Or other properties that they
Herculoids
own,
in there.
the franchises they own, like Harry
You had,
Potter.
the rapist from Clockwork Orange in there.
Yeah.
There's quite a few
Pennywise.
references.
You know.
I'm like,
But yeah, they took out Pepe Le Pew because he's a rapist. We're gonna cancel him. But hey, you know what? We'll throw those guys in from Clockwork Orange.
But yeah, I guess my thing was like people complain.
That's
I heard complaints that there was too much in that movie, and it overtook the main story of the concept.
That's what basically
Just like Ready Player One had a lot of complaints that there was too much.
battling.
There's too much like geek culture, like not too much. Just like
Here's
too
the thing,
much.
If you read the books, there's a lot of things that they'll point out in there.
Just like the movie Gamer.
Gamer's not exactly the same. Because Ready Player One, that guy actually wrote that as like a love story through the 80s.
Yeah.
No, I understand that.
No, but when Steven Spielberg stepped in to direct, he didn't like the fact that basically, like in the book, War Games was the movie they went into,
Well, it was more D&D though. Like the first challenge was actually a D&D campaign.
No, it was.
No, it was the race. It was the race.
No,
it
there
wasn't
was
a
no race. It was to play the game Joust.
Oh yeah. No, I'm saying like no, it was one of the missions. One of the
thing was,
one of the
in order
keys.
to find out where it was, it was like a map for, it was like
mostly be on you anyways.
It's like a
No,
D-
I've
yeah,
played.
no,
I know
there
what
was a
it is.
D&D game.
Because it's been a while since I've read the book, but I remember there was a lot of D&D
There was a
elements
map,
to
and
it.
there was a map.
Yeah.
that led you
To the in the
place,
book that they
but
completely
the first,
cut.
The first challenge
Which
was
they
the
should
Joust
know,
game.
and they should have
I
added a
understand.
little bit in there, and I'm like,
I
it made that movie a little bit more relatable to a lot of people.
I mean, I understand why they cut it because of the time.
Yeah.
And D&D.
They could have cut a lot of the other stuff that made too much reference.
It's weird because that movie came out I want to say 2018, 2017.
It was around that time.
Okay, versus now,
Yeah.
I would say after the pandemic, D&D became more of a thing to like people. You say D&D, they know what you're talking about now.
Oh, yeah. God,
4 years ago, I said D&D. What was that? Oh, it's a tabletop RPG game. Nerd.
And now I'm like, when I have friends who play D&D, it's like, you've never played D&D before. It's like, why don't you play it? Because I've got too much of it when I was younger, and I'm sick and tired of playing it.
Yeah. So, so like there's a lot of that, and I'm gonna say this: when you're going to do a movie and you have access to franchise and properties up the yin yang, even properties that you never actually created, but you acquired, this movie's how you do it.
Yeah.
So it's very subtle.
Yeah.
It was like the tank scene.
Yeah.
Like when the tank's running over the cars.
Yeah.
That was from Halo.
Yeah, you
and
can
I'm
grab
just
with
like,
that.
you know, if you don't never played
But there
Halo,
aren't any cars in Halos though. I mean,
well,
no cars.
it was a tank.
It was a tank, yes, but there are no actual cars.
I know, I know. But I guess my point is like the portal gun.
Yeah.
Okay? If you've never played Portal or Portal 2, you wouldn't have no idea what that was.
Nope.
And it wouldn't matter because what they used it for made sense.
Yep.
But being that I played the original Portal, I bet that's a fucking portal gun.
Yep.
Also,
Or the other gun. What was the other gun
I was like, oh, she's gonna
at
use
the
it.
end?
Okay.
What was the other gun that he used at the end? That's from a video game.
That was Mega Man.
The Mega Man. That was a quick. When he pressed it, and he's like,
Yep.
he pulled a gun out. He didn't know, and it was a Mega Man
I
gun.
think they call it something else, though, but it's like a.
No, it was a quick shot. It was when he first did it. It was when he first accessed a weapon.
Yes.
It was Mega Man's gun.
Yes.
I was like, okay, that's a nice how you do it.
Yes.
but
Because
the
he
thing
wasn't going to actually use it as a rep. He wasn't going to say nothing. He was just kind of pulled it out. I'm
He
like,
pulled it out, it blasted, and he's like, oh my god, and then it just went away.
yeah, I'm like, he did.
Now here's the thing about that. People are gonna say, well, isn't Mega Man like a Nintendo thing? How did they do that? Technically, just like Metroid is not owned by Nintendo, but Nintendo has exclusive rights to release the games. Not Mega Man anymore though. Mega Man's on everything.
You have it look similar because I know it wasn't the same thing as what the Mega Man's gun was.
It was like a costume.
Nintendo
But
is. Okay.
Well, no, but what I'm saying though is the name that popped up in his inventory.
didn't say
No,
the gun.
It said Mega something, but
It wasn't Mega Man, but
you saw the
I know
name.
what the gun was. I'm trying to think of what the gun was.
it was one of those things where Disney could do it. They weren't gonna get sued by anybody. They're not gonna sue Disney. I mean,
No, God, no. Disney. Good luck trying to find a
yeah, right.
person that actually wants to sue Disney.
Right. Black Widow.
Didn't get very far on that one though.
Oh, is it over already?
Yeah.
I've heard several things.
Okay.
Where I've heard supposedly rumors that Disney's cut ties with her.
Oh, yeah.
However, in the same article, like Disney nor any representative for Scarlett Johansson or any representatives have commented.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they also said that Disney.
I'm hearing that from a whisper. Okay. From a whisper. I just can't say. From a whisper that it's settled, and Disney has no longer want her on film.
The name I named the actual gun is a Mega Buster.
The Mega Buster. Okay.
Yeah, they call it Mega
thank you.
something.
The Mega Buster.
They call it Mega something, though.
There was.
We don't know if there's going to be any more Scarlett Johansson in films.
No.
Because it sounds like she might be just go bye-bye, and we're going to bring in a new character.
They already did that. They got her sister.
Yep.
And that, but see, her character. But here's the thing.
Her character died.
Her character's dead.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and they're moving on. But like, I don't need like.
Suppose she's supposed to be in a Tower of Terror movie. I don't.
We talked about
that's-
it.
that's-
We talked about it in the last video.
No more.
If you guys want to watch our Black Widow review, watch that one because we talked about it. I don't want
That's a
to waste this one talking about it.
It's not going nowhere now.
No.
They scanned that right off the bat.
But yeah, and before we started recording, there was one thing that I said where I was like, going to the movies, I haven't felt excitement or felt like the audience around me freak the fuck out.
Yeah.
The last time I felt that was when I went to go see Endgame, and it was like a dead silence, and not Captain America's shield, Thor's hammer started lifting up, and then it hit Thanos, and it flew back, and Cap caught it. The energy in the room just like exploded.
And of course, also like when it wasn't like.
So when the dude, which is basically, I don't know who the actor doing the body double was.
Oh yeah.
But it was a Deadpool moment from X-Men Origins, where you had Ryan Reynolds playing another character that we don't want to talk about.
Nope.
Deadpool, not Deadpool.
I mean,
But it was Ryan. It was the Free Guy character guy, superimposed Ryan Reynolds' face, basically superimposed on a bodybuilder playing another NPC character called Dude that was designed to kick his butt, and he's coming out and he punches and he gives they have the Red Hulk reference. Mr. J says it's not.
Because it hasn't popped up in MCU, so. I mean, just because you have Thunderbolt Ross in the movies doesn't mean,
right. Well, I mean, I'm just saying.
Red Hulk
I'm just saying, but like the fact that like the theater was like, I kind of felt the energy in the theater, kind of like, oh really? It's just Ryan Reynolds' face, like that's dumb, and that's what I thought too. I was like, that's dumb. He's gonna fight himself. That's dumb.
However,
but then when they did,
just remember he can bench press sentences.
When he did. When he got the glasses finally and he just started flying through weapons and he punched him and he brought up his hand and it was a shield and then the Avengers theme started playing.
Yeah.
Like it was like the Avengers / a little bit of the first Avengers theme in there.
If they wanted to
the
change,
theater fucking exploded. And then Hulk can.
If they wanted to make it just a little bit better, they should have Ryan, holding the shield. You see the star, the Captain America, and have him kind of look at the camera and wink. That way.
The Deadpool wink, yes.
Oh, you know what would make it even better? They probably wouldn't have done it. But like when he punches him and knocks him back, he goes, "I can do this all day."
yes. That would have been a perfect
And then you cut to Chris Evans. Oh, what the shit?
Yeah. Yes.
If they wanted
Which
to
they did.
They
did do that.
Again, like you brought up before about the language, they could have Robert Downey Jr. pop up like, dude, language.
That would have been great if Robert Downey Jr. was having lunch with him and goes, "Dude, it's language." I do.
Or have Robert Downey Jr. say, "What the shit?"
What's a shit?
And then
Chris Evans goes, "Language."
You'll like the movie.
But yeah, I liked. At first I wasn't sure if I was gonna like the constant cutting back to popular streamers. Like reacting to the game. It was interesting.
It was
sad. It was like one of the Pokemans. I go, "This looks familiar. Why can't I think of her name?" And the next time she's on there, I look up and go, "Oh, dude."
Duh. I knew who they all were. The ninja one I laughed at. I laughed at the ninja one.
Yes.
The other one I laughed at was a dude who's trying to be a streamer in his mom's basement. Mom, that's my special sock. And what made it even better,
don't wash my
Jane and Tatum
sock.
playing the Avatar
Yes.
made it even better.
That made me go, wait. Tatum popping it.
Yeah,
And when he goes to his voice, it's like, oh my god, not really. Not really.
Well, see, he was in the beginning of the game, or the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, he was.
With the first bank robbery.
Yeah.
I was like, is that Channing Tatum? Because he's always popping up in random roles.
He was.
And I didn't.
And it's like, wait, he wasn't in the game. He was in this movie.
Yeah.
And at the end, I was like,
oh yeah, that is him. Okay, that was him in the beginning. I was like, all right, interesting. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing about this movie though: there can't be a sequel. Because the premise of the movie and the whole, I mean, you can't.
You can't.
Because what's the problem? What's
What's
the problem going to be?
I'm sure they'll find some kind of way.
This movie.
Overbearing.
No.
This
is a movie that I'm going to come back to in 10 years and see how well it dated.
Oh yeah.
Because with the integration of these streamer people in the movie, reacting to like the game and stuff like that.
A lot of them will be back saying,
you know, it's.
I remember doing that.
Well, not just that, but it's like it's just really interesting that Fox went out of their way, and I wonder if that was Fox or if that was Disney that did that.
I think that was Disney
that went
because
and that they
streamers
because
put in this game movie
because
if not, they were gonna. It's not going to make the reference to what it's going to happen.
No, because it was they have a show on their XD channel called Player Select.
Yep.
Oh
and
yeah.
They will actually edit out. They edit out the language, but it's.
Right. Well, the thing that's interesting to me, the thing that's interesting to me, because like the whole, because there was a couple.
Ninja I've never seen on there, but I know Ninja.
Yeah, there's a there's a
too.
couple of scenes where they did streamers or people that were streaming that were actually actors, like actual Hollywood actors, pretending to be a streamer, you know, or like young kid actors playing that they were playing a game and stuff like that. So the fact that they integrated actual current streamers along with that, because they could have
made it more of a reference to us gamers, us geeks that play
today's world.
Exactly.
You know,
what happened from right now.
I will say this.
5 years ago to what it is today, after the pandemic and everything's still going on, you'll see a lot of those streamers, and they played it to a T without realizing this pandemic was even going to happen. Because this film was made before.
It was filmed before the pandemic happened.
And they did not expect this to be that.
And I'm sure people will say, because I was one of the people, I noticed it, but of course I know, because when they were showing around the world watching it, I don't know if it was like Japan or where it was, but I'm sure it was Japan. But we had that one girl
with
had
the
mask.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure
that's normal though in Japan, even before the pandemic.
Some of them are.
Like I said, it is, but I'll explain it. But I'm sure people will laugh something like, "Oh my God, they're talking about it was during the pandemic. That's where they brought it." No. In Japan, because I actually learned this from Trainer Tips Nick.
That's a normal thing.
In Japan, when people wear the mask, they are the ones who are sick, so they don't want to get others sick.
Yeah.
They have that.
And
it's the thing with when Japan, when they're on a tram, no one talks. You're not supposed to talk on a tram.
No.
And it's a religious thing.
Yeah.
Because they say you just keep quiet until you get off. And
unless
then people talk.
Unless you're in the back corner of the train, and that's stuff you watch on Pornhub.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, no. No, I was like, the one thing that I will say that if there's any gamer companies out there watching this, say, hey, we should make a game about this. Please don't, because I don't want to play a game with that much freaking like in-game crap. Like when you put the glasses on and it was like constantly like there was things everywhere. I was like, wow, I couldn't play a game like that. Like it made it unrealistic. Because games aren't like that. Like open world RPG games
in your HUD
aren't like that. In your HUD, no, you have your HUD, but I mean, like the HUD didn't bother me. It was when he was looking around. It was like, oh, money here, like all the signs bumping up. I was like, that's not how actual games are. And I get they might have done that.
Have that where if you look like a lot of the games
when you select them, I guess.
Well, if you pop it up like on the map, it'll say like.
Right, but I mean, and you could argue that when he was looking, like it would light up. But the faraway shots of him, everything was still like, it felt so busy. Like I can't imagine this being a popular game. I'd be annoyed with a game like that. I'd be like, I'm done. I can't. I don't know what's going on in this game.
It's like
And,
it'd be like it's like playing.
And you know what? That's my only nitpick of this movie. Is that the representation of an open world like Vice City style of game, or even like the Spider-Man games and Sony games, open world.
You're overthinking it.
I had to have something negative for the review.
There's never.
I'll give you a negative for the review. I mean, I like the movie. It was a great movie. It was funny, but I still don't know if I would have paid going to XD for it.
Yeah, that's the bad thing.
I did see a couple of scenes where I was like, okay, that's 3D. That's for the. I don't know if there's a 3D release of this movie or not.
There won't be, no.
But there were some scenes in the movie where I was like, okay, that feels like an IMAX/3D scene.
Yeah.
Like in Amazing Spider-Man 2, there's a couple of shots where all of a sudden you just see his hands, like that's for 3D.
Yeah.
So you put you in the immerse that you are Spider-Man. Like I get that.
Funny,
I don't really like it.
Films are great, but they need to
tone it down. They need to tone it down.
They need to advance the technology just a little bit more.
That's true. That's true.
But by far, the film has to be saying, for giving it, a hands up, I can say a good 10 out of 12.
No.
I mean,
we don't have that kind of rating system.
Okay, 4 horses out of 5 for riding off into the sunset.
Basically, it's a 90%. So it's an A minus. It's not an A plus.
Riding off into the sunset with my horse. 4 out of 5.
I will say this though. I will say this. The first, okay, I'm gonna break this down by, because I'm trying to think of ways to break this down. To kind of like, okay, so like music.
Break it down.
Music was good.
Yeah.
Music was on point. Acting was on point. The fact that Ryan Reynolds was narrating it in the beginning with this sarcastic voice of like, this is a video game, or like this is life, you know, like
the narration.
It was funny to me. I was like, I hope he did it the entire time. It didn't. Yeah. I'm okay with that.
And,
there was throughout the film, he didn't do it all the way. He did it throughout the film, but you won't notice it because he's basically kind of hidden it, and you'll notice it if you don't catch it.
Let's put it this way.
The beginning of the movie made me feel like, okay, this is gonna be like a very Deadpool-like film, like with the way of the sarcasm.
But it didn't feel that way.
No,
that's the bad thing about it.
Molotov girl, hot, better as a blonde. Whatever. Ryan Reynolds, great. It's one of his movies. But also, I'm probably
he's a national treasure.
For Canada.
For Canada.
No, and I mean, he's gotta love Taika Waititi. I mean, that
dude, I fucking love that guy, dude.
Have you ever seen the movie Jojo Rabbit?
Yeah.
Also starring Scarlett Johansson.
The only thing that like that I do feel like the first act bogged down.
It was slow.
It was very slow.
It was sluggish, but once it started picking it into
the middle act was like the whole catching, like the whole her trying to get the video inside. Here's the thing, like, why would he hide a video? And I was confused on why she was looking for a video in this guy's vault that had proof. And I'm like, why would he hide that in the game? Like, if you're gonna steal someone's crap, you hide it.
You didn't. No, but
then I didn't. It wasn't until like the beginning of the third act that I realized, oh, okay, so the dude was streaming and he accidentally came across it
it's like
and was like, "This is cool. What is this shit?" And then he caught it, and then he screen captured it, saved it in his vault, but then he couldn't watch it again because they found out he did it, and then they encoded it where he couldn't watch it.
Yeah. No, it's
again.
I mean, I've seen it in.
So I was like, oh, okay.
People have done it for with Destiny 2 back when the first Destiny 2 came out. Where there, if you were to go in a certain place, you could see through like a crack in the wall.
Right.
That like something like unfinished behind it, and that's what he was seeing as he was like doing his little.
And I like how in the very beginning he'd always do the turning the shades twice. I'm like, that's weird. And then you reveal like that's because you're seeing the reflection of the other map.
You didn't get that until like, okay, wait, why is
he doing
like that?
The movie.
I thought it was always him.
That's why I just wanted to get in a part of it because you guys have said it, so I want to say it.
Oh God.
I thought he was doing like a.
It's a motion of the NPC.
Yeah.
I will say this, and we did talk about it before we started recording. Like, being that this movie was the principal photography of this movie was filmed on a soundstage.
Oh yeah, you can tell.
Okay, because it's mostly all the CG, like the whole world CG. So they're on a soundstage the entire time. which is fine. And then even the scenes where like in the house and she's like playing the games.
Noticed it.
It's on soundstage.
Yeah.
You know.
And for $20, Outlaw Dan will shout out your name.
Oh.
Why?
Okay.
Say hello to Derek. I'll make sure you get $20 from him at work.
Sorry, Joe.
Always
Sorry, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm not getting $20 from you. That's okay. You'll still owe me a shirt.
You owe us $20 a piece.
A piece. That's 40. Woo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was.
Better cancel some pre-order.
Better cancel some pre-order. Oh my god. There was one thing that was bugging me through, like about midway through the movie, and I'm glad they cleared it up. I was like, okay, she was falling in love with him.
Yeah.
And I was like, please don't do this weird thing
Yeah.
where he becomes a real person.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a real boy. Like, you know, a Pinocchio thing.
Yeah. And out of nowhere, it's a little kid about 12.
Well, it wasn't that. It wasn't that, but like later in the movie.
I picked it up as soon as he's doing his video. It was like a love letter. It's like, oh, I get it. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
And
So
shut the screen down and go do something.
yeah, so it didn't play the whole thing.
No.
And so then it played it. I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I
You know?
got more sense into it. It's like when it
It was at the end, yeah.
I just gotta figure out from the beginning, like, dude.
No one figured it out.
His reaction was fucking amazing.
Yes.
But they're like, come on, like they're gonna kiss. He's like, come on, I want to see it. But and then at one point, I was thinking, oh, so is she gonna make like a NPC girl for him?
Yeah.
Or something? And then I was like, now,
come on.
and I was like, man, I wonder if it'd be his wife. That'd be hilarious.
Yes.
But there's one thing I will say, before I got off track, with it being filmed, and then Disney bought Fox. Okay, so the original ending of this movie, or not necessarily the original ending, but I feel like there was something else that either was cut, or maybe that didn't exist, and it was because here's the thing. It was delayed like 3 times, like an entire year, because of people say it was because of COVID, which is true. Theaters were closed.
Yep.
Theaters were closed. It was supposed to come out in July of last year.
I don't know if it was supposed to be July or not last year, but I know it was supposed to be.
It was either June or July of last year.
A theater release.
Here's the thing. The entire movie, you could tell this was filmed before COVID because of all the restrictions they have now, right, for filming. However, the final sequence where you get all the Easter eggs, you get the Captain America shield, you get the portal gun. I mean, the portal gun was used earlier in the game.
If you find that
there was only 2 people in the whole shot, and they were keeping 6 feet distance from each other. Okay, it almost makes you wonder: was somebody in a completely green suit, covered up, and he was fighting a green suit person, and they CGI'd a bodybuilding version of Ryan Reynolds later? That'll be something interesting for, to find out.
There was a lot of things happening.
And then the lightsaber, I didn't catch the shorts thing, even though it was he's like, oh, the shorts, because the way he held the lightsaber.
I was like, oh.
I probably would have caught it if it was a far away shot, where you see it put his hand down by his crotch and goes.
Actually, I was making a joke,
no, it actually kind of makes sense.
You think about it, it kind of makes sense.
It kind of makes sense.
You brought it up. Because usually when you pull a lightsaber, it's always up like this.
So he had. So the reference. Okay, you had the Captain America shield, when cut, and then the Hulk hand.
Yep.
And it cut to Chris Evans going, "What the shit?"
Yeah.
Which was amazing.
And then the lightsaber.
Then a lightsaber, and I know there's some Star Wars fans out there that are gonna be they're gonna be mad. But a lightsaber, if you're doing it correctly, turns into a pickaxe from Fortnite.
Yeah.
And not just any Fortnite axe.
It's a unicorn.
The unicorn. Which is so Derek, shout out right there, Derek, because Derek plays Fortnite. I mean, I play it too, but not as religious as some people.
No, the dart.
It's fun.
They had the portal gun.
Yep.
There was another gun that he used, or maybe she used it.
Prime.
Was that Optimus's gun?
No, not Prime. What's her name?
Samus.
Yes.
Oh,
that was
Metroid.
Metroid.
That's what it was. Because I seen it.
I knew it. Because I was like, wait, I knew that gun.
So here's the thing. So when he pulled it out, and the scenes were really quick, and he pulled out the gun, and the way he held it and fired it, I said to myself, No, that wasn't Prime's gun.
No.
Because I was like, that can't be Optimus's gun. They couldn't. They don't have the rights.
It's too small.
Well, no, they can make it small.
Yeah.
But I was like, they don't own the rights to that. That's
No,
Paramount.
Paramount. That doesn't matter.
And then, I mean, it is Sony, and Sony could.
Prime.
Yeah, you go ahead and use it.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't think they really do something. As long as it
It
looks
was in
similar.
Metroid right off the bat. I was just like,
You know
hey,
what it made.
Metroid, because that circle was a little bit smaller than the Optimus Prime's weapon.
Here's the thing. Okay, so Paramount is the company that owns the rights to like Transformers and like Star Trek. However, Paramount is owned, parent company is Sony. Disney has a direct deal going on with Sony right now where they're doing, I don't care if people are saying Venom is going to cross over the MCU.
Oh, yeah,
It's going to be multiverse, it's a different universe. It's
making Spider-Man versus Venom.
It's going to happen.
Meets Venom.
It's going to happen. It's cool. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
I can see it happening.
You know what it made that fight
know
scene
what
a little bit better? Like
Venom.
the symbiote would have been fucking hilarious. No, so like he pulled out the lightsaber and then it turned into the Fortnite pickaxe, and then they broke away and he turned his hand and it just turned into Megatron, like his gun version,
the
original gun version, and just fired at him.
Yes.
And just like I think that'd have been like a very subtle like, all right,
Or even a Mortal Kombat move. That'd be out of nowhere.
which is that wouldn't have happened though because it's Warner Brothers.
It's Warner Brothers.
And Warner Brothers definitely is not playing nice with Disney.
Nope.
Because if
don't
but
play happy,
here's the thing though.
I mean,
Since there's talk now that James Gunn has an idea for a DC versus Marvel film,
They are.
and both Warner Brothers and Disney are kind of like, we kind of like it.
They will make bank if they do.
They're like, I kind of like that idea.
And I have a feeling that what's his name might co-produce it. And I can see them co-producing.
Oh, the Russo brothers.
Fuck,
man.
That would be one hell of a movie.
I would
if you
only
put
be.
those two.
I would only be okay. Here's the problem with that.
But if they bring back Tony Stark, that's
Well,
the issue.
well, not just that.
Because you have to have Tony Stark and Bruce Wayne.
Well,
in the
here's
film,
well
no
here's
matter
well
what.
here's the thing. It's like, what version of DC do you go with? Do you go with the current?
No, you go with.
Do you go with like
Earth 425, where Batman is still.
Well, no. I mean, like actor-wise. I mean, do you go with?
Here's why would you have to sit there and bring in like known? Well, I just said known actors, but why would you have to sit there and bring in the same actor? You don't need to bring.
Here's the reason why it matters. The reason why the Avengers worked is because you had the original actors.
Yeah.
If they had done the Avengers movie and you had a completely different person playing Tony Stark,
The Batman.
Nobody would've watched it.
inside Of,
However, this could
Batwoman,
take place
I
on
think.
a different, Earth, where Marvel and DC exist, and guess what? You don't have to have
Yeah,
Chris
because
Evans as Captain
if you
America.
bring in
True.
if you bring in the show actors,
Now here's the thing: if you want to sit there and
Okay.
make it really cool, at the end, all of a sudden they become the Amalgam Universe. Who remembers that? Come on, you remember Super Soldier?
oh my god. He went there. He went there. It's
Well,
funny.
fuck you guys.
I mean, the next thing you just bring in Snake Eyes.
If they bring it, fuck that.
Well, Snake Eyes is not part of DC or.
I know.
If you bring the show actors from all the DC shows to bring them into a film, I think it would make more sensible because it would be the current DC.
I guess my question I'm asking, if they're releasing a movie where you have to have a central villain,
Yeah.
that's causing the multi, you call it like the multi-dimensional universe,
Yeah.
is cracking apart, and so
be
world.
Thanos.
No,
Yeah.
it's you could have it be Dr. Manhattan for all I give a shit. That'd be hilarious.
Actually, would be a good one.
That'd
to
be a
think
really
about,
good one.
because Dr. Manhattan would be the best.
No,
They had a
Dr.
crossover
'Cause he's
with him in it.
He already did it.
Dr. Manhattan already ruined the DC Comics.
Yeah, he
did,
got
but
blamed on.
He also did kind of the crossover with Marvel and DC.
The New 52
Yep.
was blamed on him.
Yes.
Well, my point is because you can't just have a movie where you have Marvel versus DC and Marvel wins.
No, you can't.
You
do
can
that.
or
You have to
DC
have-
wins. You have to have it.
Have them kind of equal with each
You
other.
have to have kind of like a Batman v Superman movie
Yep.
where they have to team up at the end.
There's things
Yeah.
you need an original villain. Then you can't bring in Joker. You can't bring in Thanos. You have to have an original.
Well, yeah, or even like Onslaught. We've never seen Onslaught on screen.
Yes, because that's also part of X Men. So,
Well, I know.
He
Well, I guess
was
my
part of
point
it.
is, here's my point I'm trying to make. If you're gonna do a Marvel versus DC film, okay, Would you rather, and you can't have every single character. You have to pick the base. So for DC,
5 characters.
you're gonna have for DC you're gonna have the Trinity. You have the Trinity. You have the Trinity.
Yep.
You throw in Green Lantern.
Yep.
Okay. Well, it doesn't have to be. It has to be Hal Jordan. It can just be. Well, you want to have the most popular one. Hal Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan was the most popular.
He was the original.
He was the first.
He's not the original, but he's the most popular.
Original founder of.
Right.
The wisdom of the.
Now, on the Marvel side, you have to have Iron Man.
Yep.
You have to have Captain America.
Yep.
You have to have Thor.
Yep.
You probably got to have Spider-Man.
Yep.
And you probably have to have Wolverine. You have to have Wolverine or Hulk, or you can have both. Okay.
You can have 6 of each.
Well, no, I'm just not done with DC. I'm trying to think who else.
You can have 6.
I'm trying to think who else on DC.
The 12 heroes.
Right.
See.
Okay.
Think about that.
So it depends on how you do. Would you do it as like a battle world situation where they get sent to a new world and have to battle it out, only to realize there's somebody else pulling the strings underneath behind the scenes?
That would go.
Okay. But here's my thing. Would you rather watch a movie like that where they have all new actors playing all the roles, or would you rather have the Batman be, oh my God, that's Ben Affleck, that's Chris Evans as Captain America, that's Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark. I know that, but my point, like, which one would be more hype for? One with all new actors. I mean, they look the part, they play the roles, but now like, wait a minute, but is he just mimicking Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man now? Or is it just actually Robert Downey Jr.?
Or they go into the future where they're all the sons of all the kids from the.
But which one would you rather watch? I'm just saying from a nerd aspect. Let's
go with the original.
Let's ignore that there's money problems, that the contracts to say, hey,
the original right off the bat. Has to be.
They're 100% able to do it.
Depending on how long it takes them to do it, they're getting older.
Well, no, I understand that, and you have body doubles, and you can do a lot of CG, especially Iron Man. It's all CG.
Yeah.
He doesn't actually be there. Chris Evans can do a lot of the close-ups, but he's only like 40 anyway, so it's not that old.
Like I said, it'd be better to say
Robert Downey Jr. is getting close to 60s and all.
Yeah.
But I guess my point is that as a fan, if you go all the litigation crap that would go into something like that and getting the people, would you rather see it be Ben Affleck Batman versus Robert Downey Jr.? And that's why I was asking which version you go with, because if you go with Ben Affleck, then you have to go with Ryan Reynolds. Well, you don't have to go with Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern because they haven't done an actual good one yet. But if you're gonna go with Ben Affleck's Batman, you're probably gonna have to go with the Superman. His name just slipped my mind. Holy shit!
He looks like, what's his name? Christopher Reeves.
Yeah. No, not yeah. Well, I mean the guy, the new guy.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill. Yeah. Henry Cavill. You have
from Lois and Clark.
Yeah, you have. You'd have to have Gal Gadot. You'd have to have Gal Gadot play Wonder Woman. You would have if you have Cyborg in the movie, you'd have to have it be that guy. If you have the Flash in the movie, it has to be Ezra Miller. Even though I'd rather have the TV show, but it would make more sense to have the movie version. You can have both versions, actually.
Yeah,
technically, you can actually have both.
Movie version sucks.
You know, but if you go with then the Marvel side, well, there's only one choice. You have to have the original actors. You can't just hire. I mean, I guess you could have War Machine in there and have it be the other actor. Hey, here's your chance to play War Machine again.
Well, I mean, you think about it. Okay, Captain America would be not Captain America.
But,
would be.
But yeah, I mean,
if you could bring back the original cast from the Adventures,
just as a mantle.
If you bring back the original actors for the Avengers.
But to bring it back, and the reason I brought that up, the Marvel vs. DC thing, is that I was super surprised that there was, because when they brought up the skins in the movie, I was surprised that nobody had Marvel skins. And the reason I'm bringing that up now, because now that I'm thinking about it, they threw Fortnite in there.
Yeah, I know.
What does Fortnite do? Fortnite uses skins from they have Batman characters.
Yep.
They had a Marvel. They had a Marvel season
from Snake Eyes too.
Yep. And also the next season is going to have Naruto, because they now own the right to Funimation. Yep. So now they can So now they can do, and they've already talked about it, it's already probably going to happen.
Oh God.
Okay. So I guess, and maybe they didn't throw in throw in more Marvel references to like skins and stuff, like even like a recolored skin or a different version of Captain America's costume someone's wearing or running around with the shield to hide what they were going to do at the end. Which I know I'm 100% sure that was filmed during COVID. After the fact, because nobody else was around.
No.
Even the scene with his best friend.
Yeah.
They were 6 feet apart.
Yep. Up until they
up until that middle part, it was 6 feet apart.
Everybody else not fully around.
You know, and I mean, they had a good reason why everybody was gone. You know, but I just thought it was funny. I was like, yeah, I can tell that this was COVID. This was COVID. Just like there's, you know, just some movies and TV shows have come out.
Before she had her hair done, you can tell because it was like, okay, this was before COVID, before she got her hair done, because it was after COVID, during COVID when she got her hair done.
And I do think the ending was changed, which is, and the reason I say that is because the one scene where they're in the house, they all three were in the room at the same time. They were always. He was like he was sitting there, and his buddy from work was across the room
in the kitchen kind of.
And then he got up and leave. He got up and left. She came in the scene and he moved from where he was at. They were never all three in the room together. So I was like, little subtle things like that I caught, which is why I feel like the ending of this movie was changed. Which makes me wonder, was the ending of this movie really bad?
No.
And Disney, what Disney like did, hey, you know what? We have Star Wars, throw Star Wars in there. We have Marvel, throw Marvel stuff in there. Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds. Hey, how would you like to hold Captain America's shield? Fuck yeah, I would. You know.
That's Deadpool. He always wanted to do it.
Well, he has Deadpool, you know. But here's the funny thing. I don't have to watch the movie again. You kind of see his eyes light up when he had like not even so much that it was just the character. It was just Ryan Reynolds going, hell yes.
He finally got the chance to hold something that he's been wanting to hold as Deadpool. And
here's some trivia for you. Who's the other person who's had Captain America's shield in the movies besides Tony Stark and Howard Stark? Because you know they and Peggy Carter, because obviously there's another hero who's had Captain America's shield. I think it's just two people. Technically two people. Three people. Three people.
Well,
Spider-Man,
of course,
Spider-Man,
and also
Ant-Man, and
the Falcon.
Well, I'm not counting Falcon.
Oh.
I'm saying when Captain America was when Chris Evans was Captain America. There are three people that had the shield. The first one was Bucky. The first one was Bucky. The second was Spider-Man, and the third one was Ant-Man.
Yeah, because he caught it.
And you can't. I guess you could count Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow, but she technically just picked it up and then it was sitting. I'm talking about somebody actually holding it like this.
Yeah, it was Ant-Man.
Like actually it was Ant-Man. Because he held it like this, like, I believe this is yours, Captain America.
He was just holding it like this, and then he threw it to him, and then he became.
And the only reason I remember that is because like he had an interview where he talked about holding it, and then he's like, hey, the prop guy's like, can you hold this real quick? I go to the bathroom, and he was kind of like, yeah, I'm doing little movements with it. You know, so I could definitely see Ryan Reynolds' eyes light up, like more so than this wasn't just the character also, being excited.
Technically, John Walker also had Captain America shield.
Once again, I'm talking about when Chris Evans was still Captain America, so that would exclude Falcon and Winter Soldier.
You don't know that he's dead in that show.
No. I'm saying he wasn't active as Captain America. Yeah. He's no he. I mean, the world is saying that Steve Rogers is dead. But we know he's not technically dead. He's still alive. This is an old man. They didn't say he died. He's just an old man retired, no longer Captain America. So obviously Falcon had it. Obviously John Walker had it for like 3 episodes, and then obviously Bucky's also held it too. But I'm just saying, like before, why Captain America, where Chris Evans, Steve Rogers was still actively as Captain America, not counting Peggy Carter, Howard Stark, and Tony Stark, because obviously Tony Stark, well, he didn't really hold it like that. He just kind of handed it to him. But Howard Stark actually did hold it like that, and I think Peggy Carter did hold it one time. Those are the only people that actually held it like the Shield. The Shield, and the movies before Steve Rogers retired. I guess that's the way I should put it. A little funny Easter egg. That's why I was like, when I was like, and I got hyped too. I'm not gonna lie, when that scene happened, I was like, fuck yeah. And then Lena was like, lightsaber time. It's gonna happen. He's gotta have lightsaber. Yep, there it is. And then-
reference
and-
of Spaceballs.
And then you even had the fucking Star Wars theme playing.
Yes.
I was like, oh, there we go. There we go. There we go.
And the way he was using it, I'm like, he had to train for that one, because he never had a sword fight like that before.
No, and it was like very, very short. It was like,
I was like, he was Deadpool. He had to freaking learn how to use
yes,
sword fight.
yes, sword fight, yeah.
And I'm like, but that lightsaber is a totally
Same thing. It's the same thing.
But if you're
The technique is different.
Yeah.
But if you pay attention,
Yeah.
I almost feel like he was using it like
As a
Deadpool
sword.
would have.
Yeah,
Deadpool would have used it.
Yeah.
there wasn't a time where Ryan Reynolds' character was fighting a CGI character that was also played by Ryan Reynolds. Because it's called Juggernaut.
Okay.
I forgot
I'm sorry,
he did
no,
play
I'm-
Juggernaut
Yeah.
too.
No, he voiced Juggernaut, but I think it was like the director or something that actually motion captured.
Yeah, motion captured it. Yeah. I mean, it's not like he
But
says, "I'm
still-
the Juggernaut, bitch."
Still, technically, he
Let's say the
was
word.
the Juggernaut, which means he was the Juggernaut, which his head was superimposed on a big body or whatever.
But yeah. Anyways, this is almost an hour video, but it's okay. It's
We'll
fine.
let it-
If you guys watch to the very end, make sure you
Wow, you don't
give
have
us
a life.
give us money. You know,
I kinda ran out at the
Mr.
moment.
Miss-
We're-
Mr. J wants all your money. So
Yes.
subscribe to the
Because
channel
not me.
subscribe to
Because,
the channel, become a Super One member, and you can see the outtakes that I was
Yeah, good
recording when
enough
y'all
for
weren't
me,
paying
it's like
attention.
And then,
Just donate to the restaurant so I can actually get more money into the restaurant later.
Well, see, if you donate
Or-
to me,
yeah.
I can go to your restaurant and eat food, which then I'm paying for the food. So therefore, you're
Or-
getting money too.
Special
or
friends
just-
only get free, you know that, right?
or just
Well,
Okay.
I will just give a really good tip. Then.
Okay, there we go.
just give us money
Just give us
so we
money.
can go to Florida, because there's somebody, we're not going to mention any names,
Dan.
who won't pay for our trip.
Just saying, Dan.
You know,
Just,
just
I mean, he might be an outlaw though. So, I mean,
more of
you
a-
know.
he may drive a red POS.
Ooh.
There's Vicky.
Well, I can pull up a chicks in cosplay showing their ass too.
It's just Vicky.
Just Vicky. So yeah, shout out to Vicky.
I'll make sure.
It's $20.
20 bucks. All right, guys. Thanks for watching or listening, I guess.
Yep.
Just so you guys know, I will be adding this podcast to Apple Music and all the podcast stuff, so you can just listen to
Some
Kyle.
point,
See, Kyle likes to listen. Dad Gaming, shout out to you. There you go. There's your shout out.
Oh, and
Who
also,
else am I missing?
I don't know, just the normal YouTuber shit like.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Like, comment, subscribe. Links in the description below. What are things that YouTubers say?
They look into the
Subscribe.
camera. They look into the camera and say, "Hit that bell notification so you get notified when we have new videos up,"
Yeah.
which are sometimes.
Yeah.
And maybe sometimes I don't.
Sometimes they won't.
Yeah.
You all belt.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and listening,
easy.
and take it easy. And what's the next movie we're gonna see?
I don't know. Get back to work, you assholes.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away.